Hey everybody, it's the coach. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Coming up next, we've got what should be a good one between the Denver Broncos and the Philadelphia Eagles. With that, let's get up to the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. We're standing by for the call. Our Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, it's the NFL on EA Sports as you take a look there at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. Just a short time ago, these Philly fans in full roar as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. Pyrotechnics ablaze. They're set to go as their Eagles will match up with the Denver Broncos. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Before kickoff, Charles, quickly your keys to the game.
Well, partner, I could give you the standard ones, turnovers, special teams play. But here's one that doesn't get talked about much anymore, and that's time of possession. Whoever controls the football, gives their defense a break, and takes care of business, that's the team that's going to win this ball game.
Now the kicker, Brandon McManus, about ready to get us started. And off we go from Lincoln Financial Field. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Philadelphia Eagles going to set up shop here offensively with their quarterback Carson Wentz, a guy really that you got to feel for. You know, he had to sit on the sideline and watch Nick Foles be the hero the last couple of postseasons. This year was finally healthy, making his first postseason start, and then got knocked out of the game in the first quarter after just 4 pass attempts.
So unfortunate because his number one goal coming into this season was to be the starting quarterback for his Philadelphia team in all 16 regular season games, and he did that. Then he gets his first playoff start, healthy, able to lead his team at home with a chance to beat Seattle, and as you noted, 4 pass attempts about 9 minutes into the game, and he's gone, and a lot of people are questioning the hit. Remember, he became a runner on that play, not a quarterback. Doesn't get the same protection. Unfortunate what happened, but I thought he had a marvelous finish. Down the stretch where they needed to win, Carson Wentz dragged that team to a 4-0 finish to win a division title.
And all in all, the numbers good. His first 4,000-yard campaign, 27 touchdowns to just 7 interceptions, so a lot for Wentz to hang his hat on going into the offseason.
Tight down. There you go.
Here's carry number 1 for Jordan Howard. He takes this from the 30 to the 34. And here's a look at the defense for Denver.
Von Miller is so good that he doesn't even need a nickname. His ability to bend and dip on the pass rush, unequaled in this league.
Just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. And now some motion before the snap. And this will be our first penalty of the night's proceedings. That's going to set him back 5 yards.
Still 3rd down.
Well, that's a tough, costly penalty because now it makes it 3rd and 6 after the false start. Shotgun now for Wentz. And that's knocked away and incomplete. The former first-round pick Kareem Jackson there defensively.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
On 4th down, out is the punter Cameron Johnston to boot it away. River Crancraft deep for Denver. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. So now here are the Broncos for their first drive of the game. They'll be led out by their veteran QB, the former Delaware Blue Hen, Joe Flacco. Flacco going to bring up the Broncos 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Operating out of the gun, Flacco. His throw incomplete. He was looking for Tim Patrick that time, but it'll be 2nd down. And let's look quickly here at the Denver offense.
So let's all work together on this one because it's natural to just watch the football. But I want all of us to watch the center of this offensive line, the center and the 2 guards. They've got to be able to control the point of attack, and they didn't do such a good job on that last play. Plenty of opportunities to redeem themselves. They'll have to take advantage of that and start to make progress.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Bootleg, Flacco. Man open, he's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. A 1st down there on a pickup of 25. They'll run for the first time with Phillip Lindsay. Nigel Bradham brings him down. And we peek at the defense now for Philadelphia.
Malcolm Jenkins entered the NFL as a cornerback and has transitioned to safety, but still retains his good coverage skills.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Flacco off the play fake to Lindsay. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Fletcher Cox, the former Mississippi State Bulldog, ringing the cowbell there on the sack.
What a nice read and play by the defensive tackle. Never bought the play action fake. Went right for the quarterback and put him on the ground.
Now after the sack, Flacco and the Broncos come up 3rd and long. 3rd and long for Joe Flacco. He'll find Lindsay here.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
On 4th down, on is the punter, Colby Wadman. And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line.
Absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows their punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
time for the Eagles to get the football back here. You look at 2019 for Philadelphia, a lot of what-ifs for the squad, really. They went on a nice run, as you noted, 4 straight wins, won the game that they needed to down the stretch over the Cowboys in Week 16 to essentially win the NFC East. Listen, every team has injuries, some worse than others, but my goodness, you look at the players this team lost over the course of the year, and it was really unbelievable, and it really derailed what they had hoped to do.
And let's just keep it to one position. Carson Wentz, their quarterback, 27 touchdown passes, just 7 interceptions. But down the stretch, he's throwing to guys like Deontay Burnett out of USC. Tight end Josh Perkins had to step in with the injury to Zach Ertz. And then Greg Ward, a quarterback at the University of Houston, on their practice squad, promoted about 3/4 of the way through the season. He became his primary target. So when you're trying to get it done that way and not throwing to Alshon Jeffrey and Deshaun Jackson and Nelson Aguilar, that's tough down the stretch. Give the Eagles credit for finding a way to win the NFC East.
On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
15 yards on the play, 1st down. No score after 1 on EA Sports. A good run by Jordan Howard, and now another 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. He'll take this from the 40 up to the 45 for a gain of 5.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, and you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
It's a 2nd down run with Sanders, and he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down. Wentz. This is caught by Jackson. And he has the 1st down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. Quick slant there gets him the 1st down, 6 yards on the play.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 45-yard line. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And he's going to be met at about the 43. A tackle made by Todd Davis.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd down now, it's Sanders, and he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for an Eagle 1st down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Here we go, D. Get off the field.
From the gun, it's Wentz. And a reception made by Alshon Jeffrey. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll check in with our Jonathan Coachman. He'll have highlights and analysis of the first half, and our highlights will likely be on the defensive side of the football here. Scoreless game, and they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Into the red zone, Wentz. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. It was Bryce Callahan jarring the ball free defensively. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now, Wentz again. It's brought in by Jeffrey. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. An 18-yard touchdown grab as his guys are on the board first here tonight. And there they got him the ball. Just get it to him, let him do the rest.
You know, he probably said that to his quarterback as he broke the huddle. I like the play call. Just get it to me. I'll take care of the rest of it.
Helping out his rack, right? RAC?
Run after catch, and he loves that, and he's going to carry that in at contract time.
On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. He's got it, and the Eagles lead at 7-zip. So that drive, 12 plays in length. The result, Philadelphia in the end zone. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This will be fielded at the 6. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. As Denver comes back out here offensively, this is a team, Charles, that finished the season 7-9. 1-4 their last 5 to get to that mark. Really what killed their chances was that 0-4 start to the season. A couple of those losses were really heartbreakers in the final seconds of the game. And
they were hurt by injuries as well because they lost 2 of their bigger, better players early in the season. Bradley Chubb, outside linebacker, defensive end, and Jawan James, starting offensive tackle. They exit early, don't really play much this season. But this Broncos team, they feel like they found their quarterback in Drew Lock down the stretch, because at one point, if you said inept when you talked about the Denver offense, you were on target. Down the stretch with Drew Lock, though, started to show some sparks of life, and they feel good about heading into 2020.
First down now, but that clock rolling. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. On first down, Flacco. And he's going to have the hook up to Sutton. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Flacco looks to throw. That's complete to Jake Butt. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
He's got his 6'5" receiver. That's Tim Patrick. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. And this one a 41-yard attempt. And McManus able to put it through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So, yes, they'll still be down going into intermission, but the deficit is now made even smaller, very manageable.
Yeah, and if nothing haywire happens here in this last couple of precious seconds, they will go into the locker room with a nice bounce in their step, having gotten a little bit closer on the scoreboard.
After splitting the uprights, McManus to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go.
Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
Yeah, they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the third quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. Flacco going to bring up the Broncos 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Flacco. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Derek Barnett, credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. On 2nd down, a run with Lindsey. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd down. From the gun, Flacco, and that is incomplete. It appears they're going to come up empty on this first drive of the second half, still down by that slim margin.
Yeah, and that's okay. You know, when you sit and analyze it, they're not happy about what happened, having to go to the bench. But this gives them a chance to let their defense do some work while they on the sidelines go over what they're doing offensively and formulate a proper plan.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. So here are the Eagles now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done. First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run pass option. And he'll hit Jeffrey complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Philadelphia. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Throwing is Wentz. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now Wentz. Caught by the tight end Ertz. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 34-yard line.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They run with Howard. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Wentz on the bootleg. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
But it's not been the best game for him, but he definitely tried to get by with a little help from his friend there, trying to create a big play.
Couldn't do it, fell incomplete, but you're right. Hasn't been a banner game here in the second half, just trying to get going.
Big thing is trying to keep confidence up and continue to fire.
And he connects with Ertz. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play on the football.
Check, 47. You remember me?
Working from the gun. Wentz toward the pylon. Caught. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Second and goal from the 1.
You don't want none.
Wentz to throw again. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. From a yard out. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. A good, sustained drive there in this 3rd quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
Elliott now to add the extra point. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it was capped off by an Eagles touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Flacco from the gun. And that's complete to Sanders. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. And this hasn't been the typical game, no doubt, for Emmanuel Sanders. They've really limited him.
He's one of those players that provides a real spark when he gets going. And when he does it, it's felt by the rest of the team, and they're feeling it in this one because right now they're trailing.
Third down, Flacco from the gun. Looking for Sanders here on the deep ball. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Now it's Flacco. And that is incomplete. The Broncos unable to convert here on fourth. And the Eagles are going to take over in great field position. So they really needed points here in a two-score game. Could not come away with anything there on fourth.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover. So first and 10 now from the 30. Shotgun now for Wentz. It's caught by Aguilar. A gain of 6 there on first.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down. Now Wentz. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8. And looking to put this game on ice in the fourth quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
Throwing now is Wentz. Completes it to Aguilar. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
And that's complete to Jeffrey. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. An Eagle first down. Wentz hooking up with Jeffrey. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They've got it 1st and goal in a game that appears to have already been decided. Wentz going to throw. And down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the sack. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Back at the 5-yard line now. 2nd and goal.
All right, D, let's go. All right, D. We're done.
Wentz to throw to the end zone, but it's incomplete. First quarter, Charles, you really emphasized the importance of winning the turnover battle as a visiting team, as an underdog. They haven't forced a single turnover in this game.
And right now they're losing, so no turnovers might lead to no victory.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. Now Howard. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So on comes the Eagle kicker, Jake Elliott, on 4th down. This a chip shot, a 20-yarder. And the kick by Elliott is good. And they will stretch the lead now to 17-3. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
After the field goal, here's Elliott to kick it away. This one taken from the 7. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Flacco set to lead this offense. Down by 2 touchdowns. Just over a minute 40 to play. Their offense has struggled all night, and now they need to find 2 scores late to try to pull this thing out. First and 10 here for Flacco. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Flacco. And Sanders has got it complete. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
Now Flacco. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They're going to try it. Here's Flacco. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Picked up by Jalen Mills. And a great return as he's up close to the 40-yard line.
Come on, guys. We got this.
And that one, Charles, is just going to about wrap up what was no doubt a dominating defensive performance.
Yeah, I don't care what team it is. I don't care who you play, whether they're strong offensively or not. Just giving up 3 points in the NFL, that's absolutely a dominant performance and one that they can build on.
Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
He's checking.
The D can only stop it one more time as they take the knee. Now the Broncos will use their third and final timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game.
Here we go. 120.
Check, 47. Rip right.
The Eagles in the victory formation as they take a knee.
It's a loss of a yard, bringing up 3rd and 12.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Wentz with a kneel down, and that will be the final act of this game. So it's a victory here for the Philadelphia Eagles, and it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought